All right, there's a bid that has come in for phase one at this point. Bids were open last week.
Yes, sir.
Good news, we had 5 bidders, a very competitive bidding climate. The bid came in at $1,978,036.80. The low bidder was Overstar, they're out of Marquette. And again, the bids were very close, which is good to see when you're bidding, because we know that, and they really sharpen the pencil and the contractors are looking for the work. So with that, Coleman Engineering has done some background checks, has reviewed the bids, and recommendation is to award.
Yes, we provided an engineer's recommendation of award letter, a bid tabulation of those 5 bids. We put together a resolution and a notice of award. Like Scott said, the parent low bidder is Overstar Incorporated of Marquette, in the amount of $1,978,036.80. The budget was approximately $400,000 under budget. That $2.4 million roughly was budgeted for construction. So that will be some additional money that will still remain in the budget. Coming back to you to talk about that, probably after we figure out what we're going to do with that refinancing money. Come back and talk to you about the use of those funds, but we don't lose them right now. It stays in the budget.
So things are pan out.
So things pan out. If you want to do additional work, which is typically done on these low interest things, that can be done.
If some of that money is returned, is the grant money then forfeited? Any of the grant money, the $250,000?
That grant money is on the
Sewer side.
The grant money on the sewer side, yes, that would be forfeited.
Prorated as a percentage?
It would be that would be taken right off the top, no, it would be gone.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to?
That would be the first thing that they would take, all the grant.
Sure.
And we have so many needs, and we actually have probably 5 phases of work that we've identified, so it'll be very easy to find a few blocks of additional
We
water and
have
sewer.
to look at using the money
Yeah.
and
And we would anyway, there's so many, so many needs out there, the money's obligated, I think, there's no shortage of work to be done.
Yes, even not to impress the urgency, but I'm going to ask if this is possible. All this paperwork, we want to turn this around as fast as possible. The mayor and the clerk, any chance are you sticking around after meeting time at all? Where we could get this stuff signed up and I could actually get it out to rural development tomorrow. Otherwise, we can have somebody come over tomorrow and do it. Even delaying things by a day right now causes some problems with the process.
I know that this has been a struggle, and it would be really nice to get some construction started as soon as possible.
That's why we're trying to take every possible thing to cut the amount of time down here. If it's possible, just let's stick around after the meeting, get together with them, Karen. Are there any questions on the bid? We did.
Could you give us an overview of the Overstar?
Yeah, they're out of Marquette. They're fairly big firm. We've checked them out. They're kind of a normal bidder that did most of the work that we're involved with in other cities. They just had we just did a background check, let's call it, during our last project here. They were deemed to be a responsible bidder. In other words, they have the correct amount of equipment, the type of equipment, they have financial stability, they show that they have experience in the field of doing it. So from our standpoint, we would consider and recommend them as a responsible bidder. Nothing has shown up that they're not on a debarred list or anything like that. There is actually a debarred list that the state would use in looking at. They're not on that list.
Are we restricted to the lowest bidder? Do we have to bid from the lowest bidder?
For all practical purposes, rural development is would be extremely difficult, extremely. I'm not saying that it would be impossible, but it would be extremely difficult for rural development to concur with this award if it were to somebody other than the low bidder. They, of course, are the federal government. And this issue does come up. I have never...
In terms of local
Yes,
contractors.
right, I know, it's always a concern, everybody hopes that that's gonna happen at a local level, and many times it does not. But they still hold the purse strings right now. You know, they have the money, they have their federal rules, their low bidding rules to go by, and unless if you can come up with a, like I said, we deem them to be a responsible bidder, okay? If that was a different case, then we have some, but from strictly a money standpoint and being a local bidder, it would be very difficult.
They wouldn't allow you to give a nudge, if it was a real close bid, they would give a nudge for the local builder versus the out-of-town builder.
I would say most likely it would end up in court as well.
There'd be a fight,
Yes.
suspect. What was the highest, what was the spread between the local bidder and the low bid?
I guess I'm not sure what you consider the local bids. There was, the second lowest bid was Ross Peterson Construction from Hurley. They were $70,707.10 higher than the Overstar bid, that was $70,000. The third, I might have to go to my calculator here, but I believe that the third was Snow Country Contracting, which is a local firm for ductile iron. They were at $2,137,000. So roughly $160,000.
I think Snow Country was second, and Ross was third.
Well, Rod, there was two bid alternates. One was for ductile iron, one was for PVC. The Ross Peterson bid that I just said was second was actually for PVC pipe. Shows up on a different page. Yeah. So, without getting out and doing the math earlier, 137,000 plus, about 157, give or take a few $1,000s there.
Does the Overstar contract with anybody locally? Do they get subcontractors from the area to do any work?
They did not list any subcontractors in their bid. We will be contacting them as part of this award process and eventually the notice to proceed process to getting a list of their subcontractors, if there are going to be any.
Can we require local subs in any? Or are they subject, their bid price may be subject to their existing subs?
Right. I mean, they've gotten bids from subcontractors which they put into their bid here. It would be very hard to require that, at this point, require local sub. And if that language had gotten into the original document, I'm very certain that rural development would be going to strike that.
Commissioners, any other questions? I think that thanks for your presentation. And we'll deliberate now about the approval of this request. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
There's no other questions. We need to discuss the motion here. The big one.
It is unfortunate that, with a project this size and the time that it takes to keep a job like this locally, but, this is once in a long time opportunity to be able to have these money, so to some degree, so it potentially be held up to try and push that issue to be either. I don't think that.
Yeah.
They probably are pretty serious about having a little bit.
My guy calls me that also.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the bid by Overstar.
Overstar, Overstar.
Overstar, right.
And it's 1.978 million.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Lucius to approve the lowest bid to Overstar for $1,978,036.80, supported by Commissioner Lamb. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Corcoran. Yes. Lamb. Yes. Lucius.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.